James Altucher claims he's found a backdoor way to invest in Starlink and claims this investment could gain over 80,000%. I reveal the stock in this video so you don't have to buy Altucher's newsletter. Just keep in mind I never bought James's newsletter and this is simply guesswork based on the clues in his publicly available sales presentation. Let's quickly look at some of Altucher's recent stock picks to see how good he is. In May 2021, James Altucher recommended microchip technology, but the stock hasn't done well. James recommended Taiwan Semiconductor in October 2023, and this was an excellent stock, more than doubling. He recommended ASML at the same time, and this stock is up as well. James recommended the crypto XRP in October 2024, and this exploded shortly after. And lastly, James recommended Dell in early January 2025, and this stock is down overall. Let's shift back from the new teaser from James and try to figure out the stock now. Here's the headline James put forward. Elon Musk to announce Starlink Super IPO on August 13, 2025. Plus, discover the backdoor way to profit before Starlink goes public with as little as $50. So this presentation is about Starlink going public and one of its suppliers exploding as a result. And when James asked the question, what type of gains can you expect to see this time around? He claims it can exceed the gains of AOL when it gained over 80,000%. If you're unfamiliar with what Starlink is, here's a quick overview. Starlink is a satellite internet network developed by SpaceX that aims to provide high-speed internet access globally, especially in underserved and remote areas. It operates by deploying a large constellation of low Earth orbit satellites that communicate with ground stations and user terminals, dishes, to deliver internet connectivity. The satellites use phased array antennas and laser inter-satellite links to relay data, ensuring low latency and high bandwidth compared to traditional satellite internet. The system dynamically routes data through space rather than relying on long-distance undersea cables. And according to Altucher, Starlink is reinventing the old internet as we know it. James is also constantly pushing August 13th as the day he believes Starlink will go private, but in the past he's used different dates. I believe he predicted in March and January that there would be a Starlink IPO. Honestly, there's no proof this IPO is happening in August, and this seems more like a marketing tactic from James. And again, James believes the backdoor play into Starlink is the best investment you can make right now, because its stock will explode when Starlink goes public. And here's a quote of James explaining what this backdoor play does that helped me figure out the stock. Take a look. As you can see, the Starlink device contains a special antenna, and this antenna is built using parts from one small off-the-radar company, a company you can invest in today, and it gets even better. A few years back, this company quietly inked a massive deal with Starlink. They became a major supplier of Starlink, agreeing to manufacture 1 million terminals at a price of $2,400 each. Said in another way, that's a massive $2.4 billion deal for this tiny company. And James finishes off with these last set of clues. Said in another way, that's a massive $2.4 billion deal for this tiny company. But that's just the start. As tech adoption accelerates and more people switch to Starlink, the potential for this company could be huge. After all, they're the only company in the world that can make these components. In fact, Elon himself has even praised this company and their technology, calling it one of the most sophisticated pieces of electronics he'd ever seen. I'm going to reveal the stock in 10 seconds, but just want to remind you to click the link in the description to get $50 off Alpha Picks when you're done watching this video. I reviewed 100 stock picking services, and Alpha Picks is by far the best, and this is a service all investors should own. The stock being pitched here is ST Microelectronics, and the ticker is STM. It's important to note that while STM did make antenna components for Starlink in the past, that's likely no longer the case. Starlink likely handles that in-house now. So, when analyzing this company, you shouldn't focus on a Starlink connection. Here's an overview of their products and the sectors they serve. First is Automotive and Discrete Group ADG. This segment is primarily focused on the booming automotive electronics market. It provides power transistors, silicon carbide devices, motor control chips, and advanced driver assistance systems, ADAS components. These products are increasingly in demand as automakers move toward electric vehicles, EVs, and smarter sensor-laden car systems. Second is Analog, MEMS, and Sensors Group AMS. The AMS segment is responsible for analog components, smart power technologies, MEMS microelectromechanical system sensors, and optical sensors. These technologies are essential in mobile phones, wearables, industrial automation, and medical devices. Third is Microcontrollers and Digital ICs Group, MDG. This group focuses on microcontrollers, MCUs, secure microcontrollers, and application-specific digital ICs. ST is a top global player in the general-purpose 32-bit MCU market, with its STM32 family being one of the most widely used in the world. These chips are used in industrial automation, consumer electronics, smart home devices, and more. Fourth is Key Technologies and Platforms. ST Microelectronics builds many of its competitive advantages around proprietary and differentiated technologies. These include silicon carbide and gallium nitride power semiconductors, fully depleted silicon on insulator process nodes for energy-efficient chips, and BCD technology for integrating analog and digital functions. The company manufactures many of its own chips, giving it tighter control over quality, IP protection, and supply chain resilience, a critical strength during recent global chip shortages. Here are the top 10 things to know about this stock, and after I'll tell you if I'd buy. In 2024, ST Microelectronics faced a substantial financial downturn, with revenues plummeting by 23.2% to $13.27 billion and net income decreasing by 63% to $1.56 billion. This decline was primarily attributed to weakened demand in the industrial and automotive sectors. Consequently, STM's stock mirrored these financial struggles, experiencing a sharp decline of over 50% in 2024. This significant drop underscores investor concerns regarding the company's short-term prospects. Despite the overall market slowdown, ST Microelectronics maintained its position as the third largest supplier in the automotive semiconductor sector in 2024, with a 9% market share. This is a slight decrease from 10% in 2023, indicating resilience in a challenging environment. In addition, ST Microelectronics boasts a diverse product portfolio, including microcontrollers like the STM32 series and sensors such as the LIS 3DH 3-axis acceleration sensor. These products cater to various applications, from consumer electronics to industrial automation, showcasing the company's technological versatility. However, the company faces geopolitical headwinds, including trade tensions and regional industrial policies. These factors contribute to market volatility and impact STM's operations across different regions. Furthermore, in 2025, ST Microelectronics leadership came under scrutiny due to allegations of insider trading involving board members. Although the company denied wrongdoing, the incident attracted attention from investors and regulators. Moreover, STM collaborates with major companies like Tesla, Apple, and Samsung, supplying critical components for various products. These partnerships highlight the company's integral role in the global technology supply chain. In contrast, the company is investing in silicon carbide SiC technology, which is crucial for electric vehicles and renewable energy applications. This focus positions STM to capitalize on emerging trends in sustainable technologies. Additionally, facing financial pressures, STM announced plans to cut up to 2,800 jobs by 2027 as part of a restructuring initiative. This move aims to streamline operations and reduce costs amid a challenging market environment. Looking ahead, STM anticipates a gradual recovery, projecting a 7.7% sequential revenue increase in Q2 2025. However, the company remains cautious, refraining from providing full-year guidance due to ongoing market uncertainties. Again, I don't see ST Microelectronics getting any meaningful boost from Starlink sales or from a potential Starlink IPO. That connection feels more like a marketing angle than a real investment catalyst. So if you're analyzing STM, you really need to focus on its core business and broader customer base. The stock has been in a slump lately, which has brought the valuation down to a more reasonable level. If you're looking for a beaten-down semiconductor play with potential long-term upside, I think you could justify an investment here purely from a contrarian standpoint. That said, ST Micro isn't the right fit for me personally. The long-term stock performance has been lackluster, and their recent financials haven't inspired much confidence either. Revenue growth has stalled, earnings are underwhelming, and they've consistently missed expectations in recent quarters. On top of that, they've announced plans to lay off thousands of workers. While cost-cutting can sometimes signal efficiency, in this case it feels more like a company preparing for continued weakness rather than recovery. That kind of defensive posture makes me question whether they see any clear path to reigniting growth in the near term. Don't forget to get your $50 discount on Alpha Picks, and if you're looking for a chip stock that I would recommend buying, make sure to watch the video below by Eric Wade. He's pitching a chip stock that he thinks will be a winner, and I agree with him.